2008, and I just walked up to the car park, and it still makes me smile.
Oh my word, the van was absolutely honking. Bringing in another little feature, which is called Top Tip. Hello and welcome back to the Fire Pit Campervan Conversations. Again, no fire pit, but we have just had a fire pit on the beach and a barbecue with some lovely food, which does bring on the question, do you need a full campervan to actually really enjoy the outdoor lifestyle? And also, what about the age of your vehicle? I have talked a lot about the brand new campervans, which are absolutely fantastic, but do you really need one? So today I'm actually joined by Adam, who won't mind me saying has actually got an older vehicle. So your vehicle is a little bit older, isn't it?
Yeah, it's 2008, just a standard T5 2008. It's like the policy spec. It's like this is the base entry of all base entries. Doesn't even have like a temperature gauge on the engine, but yeah, it's just a 1.9 standard turbo diesel really. So apart from it's got a 130 map on it. Twin slide, it's been converted. It was previously a mobility vehicle. The guy before me had it, and I've just picked it up from what he's done to it really. So now it's just got the Caravel bench, and that just converts into a bed, and then the front seat goes down, and then yeah, so we've used that in the past. So it's just you say pretty much a bog standard van really. So nothing special. You can't bend it, but yeah, it's nice and old. But
and you daily drive it as well?
Yeah, daily drive. I work in Callington from where I work from home. So I do about a 30-mile commute every day. So yeah, so what, 60 miles really a day sometimes, and more if I've got meetings, so I'll just take that and claim the fuel. I know guys that have taken theirs before and then just slept in them overnight rather than getting hotels, bank the cash that they get from their daily wedge, and then just stuck in, just used it all to themselves and put it in their pocket. But yeah, I've had it now. Oh no, Harry's 8 this year, so 7 years I think now. 7 years this February I've had it, and
it's done quite a few miles as well, isn't it?
Yeah, we got it on 89,000. I think I had when I first picked it up. It's now on 170. So it's done a lot of miles. Obviously, you just regularly service it. I'd love to say, and this is the bit we say, oh yeah, I've never had a problem. But no, it's had its issues, like standard 1.9 issues. Hay gasket's gone. That was a big expense. But then standard things you'd expect for a car that's
things going on
2008,
old,
so
yeah.
15 years old. So yeah, you'd expect things like that to happen, really.
But really, as far as the van itself is concerned, what can't you do in yours? What we could do if we had a brand new T6.1? What can you do? Not worry.
Not worry.
Worry
But then you
much.
say that, even the brand new ones, the clutch isn't covered by the standard VW warranty. So I've got parents in school who I've bumped into at the garage, so I've had mine in for a service, and they're there with issues with their brand new T6. So, and I think nothing. There's nothing mine can do that's different. It just doesn't have as much. Yours doesn't have as much rust, and and some people call it character, but. Again, the same with the T4s. The T4, there's nothing that a T4 can do that mine can't. There's nothing that mine can't do that a newer one can't.
No, I mean, we're surrounded in this car park. You won't be able to see it, but there's a brand spanking new T6.1, actually California, has just driven out of this car park. But yeah, we're looking at a T5 over there, and there's a T4 parked up there, and we're all enjoying this beautiful sunset behind us, as well as other manufactured vehicles as well. But we've all got the same experience, haven't we?
Yeah,
we're all actually enjoying
this
beautiful sunset which we've got, and I hope the cameras are picking this up because it is a beautiful sunset.
I mean, I think ultimately we had an estate car, and I wanted something whereby I could, just have the kids' bikes in the car all the time, because Annie, our daughter at the time, she was just starting to ride a bike. I wanted to make sure that my son could have his bike could go in there. I was sick and tired. We didn't have a garage, so I was sick and tired of just sticking stuff from the garden shed round the corner of the van, in the lane, into the van, the pouring rain and whatnot. And I just wanted it all in there at all times. And the same with the boards. I just wanted the boards there all the time. So I went to the beach, and it was good. We could get in and go really, rather than having to think, oh, go back and get the stuff, and then or look and check. It became more spontaneous as opposed to just what should we do this today? So and it's always there, and that was the whole reason we got it. And yeah, we didn't look back really. And so ours is a bit of a mobile shed. But again, it's no different. Say it could be a Peugeot Boxer, but it's just.
But this is it, though. I mean, in your vehicle, you can get the bikes in the back. You can get your paddle boards, you can get the surfing equipment, you can get everything in there, and there's no concerns about it.
I think that's the reason I got it really, is because I wanted something that was, I didn't want a full setup because I didn't want to put my bags in the front. I don't want to have to keep the bike stored there and be worried about the cabinets and getting scratched and, you know, is my £1,000 fridge going to be knackered and all this sort of stuff. So I wanted a Kombi setup, but I wanted it to fold flat that I could get into a bed. So I got really lucky that mine came up with a Caravel bench that does either or, you know, and that's what I wanted. You know what I mean? So that's why we went for that, as opposed to going for like a full conversion. And you know, we talked about popping the top if we want to camp more and get away, but again, personally, I don't think there's
So I think that kind of does lead on to that second question, isn't it? And we've already answered it. You don't need to experience this beautiful, and the sun's actually gone now. To experience it, you don't need a camper van. A Combi is a Combi the best van?
I think so. For me, I think, and for my family, yes, because like we'd barbecue on the beach anyway. We'd barbecue outside, and the only thing it does do is then limits you if it's wet. You know. But then we've got a tailgate, so you could technically get around it, but you're going to get wet. And you don't really want your kids sitting there, or you're filling your van up full of smoke fumes. But you know, if I had a camper van, you know, I wouldn't necessarily cook in it because it tends to pick up the smell quite a bit, and that's not something we like. But there's nothing wrong with doing that. But you can have anything. You know, I think a Combi is the best. It works for us. Everything goes in the boot, you know, and then the bed folds flat enough you can get everything under. I've seen some great tables. Like you get a really good like parcel shelf table, and you can then the bed that makes up a double bed. You don't have to worry about extra sort of thing. That'd be really great, you know. And it's just, I think it is personally the best setup, but it all depends what people need. I like the ones, you don't have the kids. I like the ones that I've got the U.
Yes.
So
and I actually spoke about them in a video which I did actually last week. They are fantastic. They are a really good setup, and I do like them. And I know there's a few in Devon and Cornwall Transports who've got them, and they are nice.
They are good, and like. Again, you can put stuff down the middle, you can put stuff in the boxes, so there's built storage in mine, but I'm just obviously blessed with children, so it's not going to happen.
But that's, I think, one of the beauties about the Combi is you can get and there's quite a lot of different companies who do it. I mean, I've currently got the Infinity beds, which personally for me isn't best suited for me because that effectively takes up the whole of the rear of the Combi. But you can get the ones which have got down the sides. There's a few local companies, I think Woody's Wagons do them, and a few others, and you can have the storage units down the sides which actually fold out to do a bed. Ply Guys do it up in Scotland, I think they are. Really good systems, so you can still put things in the middle, and then you've obviously got the bed as well. But one of the things I think which you do miss out with a Combi, but obviously you can do one, is a pop top, because I think utilising a pop top, it gives you that extra height, and which means you obviously can stand up in the vehicle, and great for pitching up and having a look at the beautiful scenery we've got tonight.
And also, like if you like us, you know, we can be 15 minutes, can be at the beach, or 15 minutes can be on the moors. You know, you can pull it out and have a little picnic or whatever. And I think getting the 100 mile on the side and off, you know, happy you've got everything you possibly need. It's just, I just like things really simple, like having camped with tents and all that sort of stuff. Yes, mate.
What do you want? I've got Caravel, I've got campervan. I've got soft drinks, I've got a Rattler.
Caravel would be lovely.
Rattler?
Caravel would be lovely.
Did you say Rattler?
No, I'm not a massive Rattler fan.
Look at that.
Thank you.
Caravel. Oh, sugar. And you've even got the Caravel opener. Check that out.
Caravel is Cornish for beer, do you know that?
It is.
Oh, there you go.
It is.
In there?
In there.
Thank you.
Oh,
do you say? I'm reading. Do you want
one? See, another. No, I'm going to have do you know what? Do you know what?
The zero.
Look at that. It is a Rattler Zero. Check that out. Go on.
I can't do it with my left hand. Not very good left-handed. There you go.
Sorry about that. We'll stick a musical interlude in there whilst we're opening our...
Don't be silly.
Beautiful, beautiful rubbish in there as well. Rattler. Yeah. Driving, you see, you can't have proper Rattler. Do you know what? That's actually really nice. Have you tried Rattler Zero?
It's all right. It's like appetizer. That.
That's not bad, that.
Yeah.
Oliver did say, Dad, can I have the Rattler Zero? I'm saying to Mum, no, son. Anyway, sorry, I rudely interrupted, but for good reason.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think our pop-tops are good. Again, I just like to keep things simple, nice and simple. Having like camped a lot and just and had the missus there with or your wife sat next to you going to you saying, "Oh, is the tent ready yet? Is the tent up yet?" Or you put first I put the awning up. It's like, is it up yet? Is it ready? And like drowning in poles and not a believer in air because it just gets blown to bits and falls apart. But again, just so nice and simple. Again, so coming back to the pop top thing, pop it up. If you just have a standard Kombi with a simple table in the back, you're there. It's a little airbed, off you go, bang. And then for us, our kids then sleep underneath it, and then pitch it. From when we used to do it, just used to pitch a tent next to it. A very, very simple, quick 4-pole dome tent. 2-pole dome tent thing. You cross over, chuck all the bags in that, and then during the day, stuff would go in there. Got the faff of awning rails and that sort of stuff, and dealing with trying to line it all up, and off you go type thing. And then for a couple of nights, which is what generally you want it for. You want to get home from work on a Friday, throw the kids in the car, throw the stuff in the back of the van, and you're gone. Rather as opposed to, right, we've got all this in here, right, got all that, and you spent an hour and a half doing it, you got an hour's drive minimum, and you got a 2-hour setup, and then before you know it, it's Sunday, and you got to do it all over again. So anything you can just do simple, pop the top, lay out the bed, stuff in the little tent, done.
And it's easy with with having that Kombi layout, because if you do have a full camper van, you are slightly restricted on space, because obviously you've got the kitchen units in there, and obviously your rear passengers, depending on what setup you've got, you might only be able to carry 2. But with the Kombi, you've obviously got that massive luggage space behind, which you can obviously carry things safely in.
Yeah.
Yes, you can get the roof box, and you can get the boxes which you can get on the roof, on the tow bars as well. But a Kombi, it's just all there. It's all there, ready, and it's just easy to do stuff as well, isn't it?
It's just it's about, again, especially when you like us, we've got kids, and obviously our kids are getting that bit older. The stuff is getting that bit easier. But we were camping. Harry was under 1 the first time we went, and Emily was just 4.
Yeah.
So and Harry was in a travel cart in the back, and it fitted in there perfectly. And Emily slept across the front, and then we were in the middle type thing. But I think, again, if you're doing it for especially young families, it's that. But again, coming back to what you said at the start, do you need an old van or a new van? If you're going to do it like a brand new T6, you're talking 45 grand minimum plus VAT.
Well, I mean, that's obviously just buying the van, isn't it? I mean, then you've got to have the conversion. Yeah, I mean, I have spoke about bespoke NI camper vans, which you can get from Tamar Caravan Centre. And, I think they start at 50 grand.
Yeah.
And that's for a brand new van, but that's just a lower powered engine. When you start talking Highline 150 DSG, you're looking at an extra 10 grand, and that's just in the base van. So for a van, which I would personally go for, which is now the 150 DSG, I'm looking at 60 grand for a brand new camper van, which is a hell of a lot of money.
Yeah.
So if I'm looking at 60 grand for a brand new camper van, or I'm looking at, you can pick up a T4 for a couple of grand these days. I've seen them recently.
Yeah.
People are selling them. The prices have gone back down again. What difference is there?
There's none really. They achieve what you want to do. It's like a reason I bought my van. It wasn't the reason, but a mate of mine had. He had a bay, he had and a split at the same time, and then he had a 2.5 long wheelbase van. And again, he bought his. I think it was from Lucky 6 Vans. I think he bought it from, and he had it for a good few years. But he said, "I'm not. It's a van to me. I want to be able to stick it in the hedge and not worry about that sort of stuff." But I think ultimately, it isn't any difference. No. You can spend that amount of money, and again, what you're going to get is peace of mind. So if you're like, say, retiring, or you've come into some money, or you can afford, just outright afford it, then fine. There's nothing wrong with that. It's really good. In fact, give yourself that peace of mind. Give yourself that, like, for example, my washer jet isn't working at the moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can have that peace of mind whereby you start every time, the washer jet's, so I've got to spend money to get to that. I've got to take the bumper off. It's going to be a faff.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, once as long as that's the only issue I'm going to have this year, I'll have free motoring again.
Yeah. You're not subject to any finance agreements or anything like that.
But again, if you've got money to invest in it, you're not likely to. If you do it for a year, you're not likely to lose the depreciation you are on a car.
No.
So that's the only advantage. That's half the reason I bought a VW, is because, say, my mate had his didn't depreciate. He sold it for like a ton of money. I was like, well, I'll get a VW because I know it won't depreciate. It wasn't necessarily at the time to do anything with dub life or van life or anything like that. It was just because I didn't want to lose a lot of money because I didn't have the money to lose, quite frankly.
Yeah.
But yeah, vans are vans. It doesn't matter if you've got a bank like that, as a little Citroen van up there.
Yeah, it don't matter. I mean, that's probably worth £3.50, but
it does exactly the same
it's
job.
irrelevant. It does exactly the same job. And yeah, obviously on this channel, I do generally talk about Volkswagens, and sometimes people give me grief saying that I'm having a go at other brands. Well, I'm not having another go at other brands. This is predominantly a Volkswagen channel.
Yeah.
So I am going to be talking about transporters, but they are great vans.
Yeah.
They are brilliant, but they're slightly different. It's like the cult following, which you'd effectively call it. I mean, how many Bilingo forums are there where you can actually meet up and go out and, and meet up in an evening and sit on a beach? There's not that many, is there? But with the Volkswagens, there is, and that's why I'm not dissing the other brands. I'm just talking that, this is what's out there for Volkswagens.
And I think you do get, obviously, I'm sure you get other brands where they'll talk about, I've got a problem with this van here today. But what everyone says about their van, and what I always agree as well, is like my van's 2018, and I just walk up to the car park, and it still makes me smile.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It still makes me smile. At times I hate it because it's rusty and it's freezing cold in the morning, and but it generally, touch wood always starts. Touch wood there, I've cursed it now. But still, every time I see it, it still makes you smile.
Yeah.
And that's what everyone says about it. Whether it's a T4, whether it's a T5, or it's a T6, 9 times out of 10, people say, I just love driving it.
Yeah.
And I don't think you need to get that same. Ford drivers say, "Oh, we love driving ours. They are just as good," and probably are. But I just don't think you get it. That's why people have them, isn't it? Because it just makes you smile and that's it really. So in a nutshell,
it's a Volkswagen.
Yeah, that's it.
So there we go.
Yeah.
Anyway, so just to sum that up, it does not matter what van you've got. So please do not think that if you've got barn doors, I don't like your van, because a few people have pulled me up on that. Because I did mention that tailgate's the one to go for. That's my personal opinion. I wouldn't generally go for a barn doors. I like a tailgate. Like I've got twin slider, which I really do like. Now that's something, if I did go for a camper van, I would probably miss. And I like the Highline spec because it's kind of got everything on it. But if yours isn't, it doesn't mean that it's a bad van. It just means that it's not for me. I mean, I'm going to be doing a video with an absolutely amazing van in a few weeks' time. But I wouldn't have it. Never, never would I have that van. But it is an amazing van. But it's just not for me. But anyway, product of the week. What have you brought for product of the week?
I've got my Weber barbecue. It's called a Weber Go Anywhere, I think. It's a little portable barbecue, but it's just it's as good as all the big ones I've got back at home and the one I've got the Caravan. That with the chimney, the little Weber chimney you can get with it to make sure you just start
it.
To light it.
They're brilliant.
And it's hot as an oven, if not hotter, quicker. 5 minutes and you're cooking, and it's away you're done. So I've taken it everywhere. Dartmoor, all the beaches around here, but I've taken it to. I've taken it to someone's house before. I've been away camping and cooked on it. I've done joints of legs of lamb, ribeyes, huge, great big steaks, slow cooked on it. You can do everything. It's fantastic. Yeah, can't recommend it enough.
Brilliant. Love that. And I actually am bringing in another little feature, which is called Top Tip. And this week's Top Tip is, if you go to the beach and somebody picks up a mussel from the beach and puts it in the pocket, remember to take it out, because, oh my God, Karen put a mussel in a dry robe and didn't take it out. Oh my word, the van was absolutely honking. So make sure, if you put something in your pocket, which you really should have taken out, then make sure you take it out. It's just, just unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable. Anyway, that's it for this week's, guys. I really do hope you've enjoyed it. Do check out the other videos in the series here. Hope to see you soon. Take care.